esto sigue con un nuevo, esto sigue vuelta en Juego de Tronos, Game of Thrones, de Telltale. Y bueno, lo vamos a dejar por donde, vamos a seguir por donde lo dejamos, a ver si ya terminamos este episodio. Ahora mismo creo que vamos a hablar con Cersei Lannister. Y nos dijo nuestra chica esta, no me acuerdo cómo se llamaba, que deberíamos decir lo que ella quiere escuchar, porque si no, lo llevamos claro. Así que bueno.
You can do this.
Puedo hacerlo, pero tengo miedo. Es el problema, que tengo mucho miedo de lo que puede ocurrir aquí. A este es Tyrion Lannister, ¿no? Acércate al trono. Está mirando todo y tengo mucho miedo.
Ah, Lady Marjorie.
En el trono de
Aren't
hierro.
you looking lovely this evening?
Eso, Lady Marjorie.
Lord
Eso es lo que me
Tyrion.
dijo.
Your Grace? With your permission, allow me to introduce Lady Mira of House Forrester.
Miedo, Arrodillarse.
Your Grace.
The girl knows her courtesies. Impressive. You may rise.
Vale, vale. Por ahora bien.
House Forrester is a northern house loyal to the king.
Are they?
I beg your pardon, Your Grace.
I wasn't talking to you. I want to hear from the girl. Is your family loyal to the king?
Perhaps you should ask the new Lord Forrester.
He's not here, is he? She is.
Yes,
Amigo
Your
heredero,
Grace.
rey.
To the one true king.
Vamos a escuchar lo que ella quiere.
The one true king. Yet she didn't say which. The girl is clever.
No, Tyrion.
She only
I
meant...
don't care what she meant. I care what she said. I won't stand for impertinence from a girl of the North.
If you would give her the chance to explain...
Perhaps she can explain why the Forresters have been loyal bannermen to House Stark for centuries. A house of traitors.
Los 7 profesores Stacks.
They were the wardens of the North. We all served at the pleasure of the king.
Clever girl.
Perhaps too clever for her own good. And she would have us
No la convenció.
believe she didn't know which king she served. Is your house willing to swear fealty to your new liege lord, Roose Bolton?
Por
Yes, Your
supuesto.
Grace. Absolutely.
I see. Despite the fact Roose Bolton allied with Walder Frey. If it was me, I'd find it difficult to so quickly forgive the men who killed my father. Old allegiances are not easily abandoned. But now that the war is over, we must look to rebuild and forge new alliances.
Vale.
There are ships and shields to be built, and Joffrey will need a steady supply of ironwood for his armies. I'm told there are others who would happily serve that purpose, but I trust we can rely on House Forrester.
Forster Ironwood does seem rather unique.
Yes, Your Grace.
It would be a
Ya sé
shame
que
to see
escuché lo
it
que
fall
sea.
into the hands of another house. I imagine you'd do almost anything to prevent that from happening, wouldn't you? Ask any Lannister, and they'd do whatever was necessary to save Casterly Rock. It would be unfortunate to see another house lay claim to what's yours.
Yes, Your
Lo voy a
Grace.
hacer ya cualquier
I would
cosa,
do
porque...
anything.
No. Si no, Cersei no va a estar
I see.
satisfecha y no me quedo...
What
no,
would
no
you
quiero
have the girl
acabarlo.
do, Cersei? It's not as if she fought beside the Starks, wielding a battle axe for the Northern Army.
Pues la verdad es que no. No tiene
It
pinta,
raises
no
an
tiene
interesting
pinta.
question, I suppose. Can we truly blame those who end up on the wrong side of the war? Our dear Marjorie here was betrothed to Renly Baratheon on the false assumption that he would one day rule the Seven Kingdoms. Can we fault her for her mistake? Should she be held accountable?
I'm
Seguro
sure
que
she
no la
regrets it.
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
If
Or
there's a
decirlo
point to
para que
this,
no.
I hope you find it quickly.
Loyalty can be such a hard thing to define. This city alone is filled with all sorts of ambitious opportunists looking to reinvent themselves, pretending to be something they're not. Who knows what lurks within their hearts? You are a girl from the north, here in service to Lady Marjorie. One can only assume her interests are yours. Yet loyalty to a king, that must be absolute, beyond question. And if your loyalties were to become conflicted between your king and the very person whom you serve, what would you do then?
I'm sure she
Let the
would...
girl answer the question. Go on.
My loyalties would never conflict, Your Grace.
That's a coward's answer. I will not have my time wasted by a northern girl
O el
who
rey
thinks she
o
can
esta.
play
Es que...
games. Who do you choose?
¿A quién elijo? ¡Ah! 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 Es que la reina esta no me cae nada bien.
I must choose Marjorie, Your Grace.
Clearly your handmaiden does not have her priorities straight.
She is a threat to the crown, isn't she? The most dangerous handmaiden in all of King's Landing.
No, tío.
My sense is this girl will say almost anything to get what she wants,
Es que...
which is not very encouraging.
Sé que quiere escuchar lo que quiere, pero joder.
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
Of course, Your Grace.
Uf. Es que para que no se vea esta. No quiero, ¿vale? No quiero, o sea. Sería más leal a ella que a este.
I'll walk you out.
Ah, bueno, mira. Tyrion viene conmigo.
This may come as a surprise, but I met your father once, at the tourney at Lannisport. Even then he didn't trust Roose Bolton. We only spoke briefly, but your father struck me as an honorable man. You have my condolences for his loss. These would be trying times for your family, even under the best of circumstances.
Thank you, Lord Tyrion. That's very kind of you to say.
Tyrion sí que es muy amable.
You were brave to declare your loyalty to Lady Marjorie. No doubt she was pleased, but Cersei, she will not soon forget what you said. It was quite the first impression. I, of course, found it all highly entertaining. But it certainly wasn't what Cersei was expecting.
I did it for Lady Marjorie.
As you should. And of course
Mira,
she has
mira.
your best interests at
Vámonos,
heart.
vámonos. Ole.
My sister and
Hecho
I
bien.
have our differences. She takes great pleasure in her little charades. I take mine in thwarting them. We must find our amusements where we can. She threatened to give your ironwood to another house. It is the Master of Coin who decides such matters. The Crown needs boats. Boats need wood, and I speak for the Crown in this regard. Not her.
What are you suggesting?
I suppose the Crown could be persuaded to secure ironwood from House Forrester. Lady Marjorie might not look favorably on such an alliance, and it would infuriate Cersei. Although what would be amusing for me might prove rather dangerous for you and your house. Are you willing to risk that? It may be far too dangerous. In fact, forget I even suggested such a thing.
It's a risk I'm willing to take, Lord Tyrion. Please.
You are a brave girl, aren't you? I'll consider it. Now, if you'll excuse me, I promised Sansa I would join her for dinner tonight. 3 beautiful bottles of Dornish wine await my arrival. The mere thought of them makes me thirsty already.
I hope we meet again.
Nothing would make Cersei happier. Until then, be careful. This is not the North. King's Landing can be a nest of vipers to the uninitiated.
Vale. Tyrion es la hostia, tío. La verdad es que jugando a los juegos me entran ganas de verme una serie, porque yo no he visto mucho, pero bueno. Creo que hasta ahí llego, que es Tyrion Lannister y que ahí está otro de hierro y que el otro era Cersei, pero pero no sé.
Mira, I was worried. How was it? Cersei has a way of looking at you as though you're nothing.
No muy
It
bien.
didn't go very well.
Vamos a ser muy
I'm
realistas.
sorry. Cersei is known for being rather difficult. But at
Pues
least it's
difícil.
over now.
Que sí, difícil, me acabo de
Lady
no podía hablar
Marjorie
bien
has
con
spent
ella.
the entire day working on seating arrangements for the wedding. Of course, you and I are seated way at the back, here with the 4th cousins and the 9th-born sons. Ah, Sir Jaime. I wouldn't mind tarnishing that white cloak of his.
Sarah?
What? It's true. And Oberyn Martell, the Red Viper. I'm told he has a paramour, which I doubt is Dornish.
Es bastante
wife.
apuesto.
He is quite handsome.
and quite passionate, from what I've heard. Perhaps Lady Marjorie could make the right introductions. Who knows? We might meet our future husbands. Although,
Bueno.
marrying a king, I can only imagine what that would be like. Would you marry Joffrey if it meant you'd become queen? He does have a certain look about him, and he's always treated Lady Marjorie well. Which is more than you can say for his mother.
I'd be willing to marry, but not Joffrey.
Well, I would marry him. Imagine the power you would have as queen of
No
the
me interesa
Seven
tanto ser reina,
Kingdoms.
la verdad.
I might even allow you to be my handmaiden.
Ah, bueno, ¿sabes?
Let's see, who else should we marry off? Brienne of Tarth and Tyrion Lannister. What a perfect match! Sir Bronn and...
What are you doing? Well,
I'm sorry, my lady.
As am I. We shouldn't have been messing about.
Nos ha pillado.
this is
Con
not a
certeza.
game. It's a battle plan. Allies and enemies can be made with every move. Yet they say it is men who are powerful. The Queen was rather disappointed by your display, Mira.
Hombre,
I'm
pano.
just glad it's over.
Si te juro que antes a ti que a
King's
ella.
Landing can be exhausting sometimes.
Que la cague un poco a lo mejor,
There's
pero...
always someone to please or some perceived slight to smooth over. I fear it will only get worse when I am queen.
Once they know your true heart, the lords and ladies will have no choice but to love you.
Do you agree?
Once you are queen, the lords and ladies will do their best to please you.
You learn very quickly.
Bien, bien, bien.
You were brave agreeing to obey the Boltons. That cannot have been easy. I know you must fear what Lord Bolton might do to your family. I do appreciate your willingness to appease her, as difficult as it may have been.
Thank you, my lady. There's been something on my mind. Something important.
A ver, le jura lealtad. Puedo intentar pedírsela. No creo que me traicione o algo, ¿no? Venga. No creo que me traicione, o
I did
sea...
have a favor to ask of you in return.
Whatever you wish to say, you can say it in front of Sarah. There are no secrets between us.
It's about my family.
I trust her.
Venga, vamos a dejar que se quede. Venga, vamos a dejar que se
Go
quede.
on. Ask.
Forgive me, my lady. I wouldn't otherwise ask this of you, but my mother insisted. It's about my family.
Ramsay Snow. What would you have me do?
My mother fears our family will suffer if Ramsay is left to do as he likes. She thought, if a raven could be sent to the Boltons to let them know House Forrester has the
Eso era
protection of the
menos,
crown.
porque poco la
I
conozco,
know it's a
pero...
lot to ask of you, and I wouldn't otherwise, but she insisted.
That is no small request, especially now.
I know, my lady, and I wouldn't ask this of you otherwise. But my mother has left me no choice. She insisted.
Joffrey knows only too well your family fought for the Starks, and now you would have me ask him to intervene. Is the situation that dire?
You can't, my lady. King Joffrey won't like it. Just think how he turned on Lady Sansa.
Muy grave.
It is that dire, my lady. I fear for my family's safety.
Antes la familia que el rey.
I don't know, Mira. If Cersei were to find out...
Don't let the Queen bully you. You have power over him, Lady Marjorie, as no one else does. Not even his mother.
Venga, Marjorie.
Ramsay Snow will arrive at Ironrath within the week. I would never ask this of you if it weren't so urgent.
Very well. I'll make your request, but I cannot promise anything.
Thank you, my lady.
Vamos.
I will send a raven to my family at once.
Bueno. No me ha dado mucho que se quede Sera, pero... Porque a lo mejor esta de repente luego va a contar algo, pero bueno. No sé, me he rayado mucho. Han sido decisiones complejas, de decir que me ha costado la mayoría, Camino real, Wolfsburg. Ah, mira, aquí estamos con este, con... Ah, el escudero, ¿cómo se llamaba? ¿Qué está corriendo por ahí? ¿Qué está corriendo por ahí? ¿Qué está corriendo por ahí? ¡Ey, caballo! Bueno, sin caballo. No me acuerdo cuál se llamaba este, tío.
Let's play a little game, shall we? Did you know my ancestors wore the skins of their enemies as a coat?
Tío, nos vamos, ¿no?
Not my best work, unfortunately. I suppose I have fallen out of practice. But he didn't make it easy, what with all that bloody noise.
Like a drowning cat. I thought he'd never stop.
As my father likes to say, a naked man holds few secrets. But the flayed man holds none.
Pity he didn't know your father is the Warden of the North.
He does now. How much further is it to these foresters?
¿Puedes ir para acá?
A day, my lord. 2 at most.
What was that?
My lord?
Shh! Listen. There. Hear that? I know I heard something.
Corre. Sal de ahí, que nos cogen y nos torturan como al otro, Uf, sal de ahí corriendo, o sea, no quiero que muera, sinceramente. Si hubiera quedado a saber lo que me habrían hecho, chaval. Buah, me habrían reventado, Pero van a venir para acá, o sea... Cuidado, Cuidado lo que puede ocurrir de ahí.
Ethan!
Ahora estamos con Ethan.
As I was saying, you are young. And there are those within these walls who are uncertain of your leadership. But 300 generations of Forester Lords stand behind you. Lord Gerhard the Tall, who founded our house, and your grandfather, Lord Thorin the Bold, who seized back the river valley from the White Hills.
What did they call my father?
Lord Gregor the Good. He was fair and wise, and courageous in battle.
I want to be like that, like my father.
Your father was well regarded by nearly everyone. It took years, if not decades, to earn. These were your father's people to lead and protect, and now they're yours. But your father did not bear this responsibility alone. He and every Forester Lord before him chose one man whom they trusted above all others. The Lord Sentinel. Forester traditions demand that a new Lord Sentinel must be chosen.
Tengo que elegirlo.
Keep walking, you craven son of a whore. Move! Summon the Lord! We need his judgment.
¿Qué pasa?
I've done nothing wrong! I was only trying to survive!
Lord Ethan. Missed.
Why did you kick this man?
This craven is a deserter and a thief.
This house is doomed! We're all fucked!
know it!
Quiet, thief. Eric was supposed to be guarding our weapons, but instead we caught him stealing them.
2 shields and 3 spears.
Why did you do it? Because I've no wish to die. Yes, my lord. I fled. We should all flee. It's not stealing if you're taking what's yours by right.
He speaks true.
I've a family to feed, and not 2 coins to rub together since Lord Gregor left us to rot here. Where's our pay? Our share of bread and wine grows smaller every day.
Leave the poor man alone!
Mercy. Go.
Lord Ethan, I know these words are hard, but they're honest. This house is falling. We'll never survive the coming winter. Most of us won't even live to see it. Calm yourself. The time for calm passed with the late Lord Forrester. Now there's only chaos.
You'll address him as Lord. Lord Ethan, you must decide the punishment. Lord Gregor always took a thief's fingers. 3 of them.
Now may not be the time for harsh punishment. The men are on edge as it is.
And men need to know they cannot do whatever the fuck they please. Their lord will not permit it.
Send him to the wall.
Show him mercy, my lord. He stole from us. Deserve to make him pay for what he's done. Give us justice.
I will decide.
Send him to the wall. Take his fingers. He's a thief.
If you punish me, you'll be punishing an innocent man. It will be an injustice, my lord. Please, my lord.
Cortate
My
dedos,
family depends
al
on me.
muro, mostrar piedad.
Our house tends to its people. See, this man is paid and his family is fed. Lord Ethan, you are truly a merciful and noble lord.
My lord, this man is a criminal. A brazen thief.
He still serves House Forrester and deserves our protection.
He's a rat in our grain stores.
My lord, we must speak about our gold reserves. Soon.
My lord, I thank you for the mercy you've shown me. I will never forget my debt to you and to this house.
Bien, ha cambiado. A lo mejor. Ya no está tan nervioso. Es que estaba nerviosísimo. Estaba tenso. Estaba tenso. Mira, es que me están viendo todos. Mi hermano, tengo que mostrar.
That was certainly unpleasant, but a lord must mete out punishment when it's due. Not just yourself, of course.
Maester, what do you think?
Me?
Yes. Did I do what's right?
Disloyalty shouldn't be rewarded if others will take advantage of your mercy. You heard what the thief said. I expect this sort of thing will happen again. But a sentinel can help you in the face of disloyalty. You need someone you can trust by your side. Someone you can rely on, no matter the circumstance. Possessing wisdom.
I'm sure you think you'd be the perfect choice.
Me? Oh, God.
¿Te imaginas?
I can't get involved.
No,
I
no.
am a maester. At the Citadel, I swore an oath to serve as such.
Aunque este me cae muy bien.
There are 2 capable men for the role. They both want the job, but neither thinks very highly of the other.
How do I decide between them?
Talk to them. Solicit the opinion of people close to you.
Pues me cae más mejor el segundo, que era el tío del otro, ¿no?
The bracer of the Sentinel. The badge of office. Tonight is your first small council meeting. It would be wise to bestow this bracer upon your chosen sentinel then, to show that you are decisive and in control of this house. Your sentinel will wear this for all to see.
I'll make the right choice as sentinel.
Creo que lo tengo claro, ¿eh? Voy a
Come
hablar,
speak
pero
with
vamos.
me when you're ready to convene the small council, my lord.
Vale. Este tema queda muy bien, ¿eh? Ahora voy a ir hablando con todos. El brazo del centinela, que se lo tendremos que dar o a este, que no me cae nada bien, la verdad. O a este, que este sí, este es la hostia, este es otro cachopán, chaval. O sea, para no elegirlo. Yo creo que está claro, pero bueno, vamos a hablar, ¿vale? Vamos a ir hablando por aquí. Y aquí tenemos un escudo de palo fierro. Mira qué guay. De hecho, está guapo el símbolo. Vale. Tenemos a Rayo. Ahora el malo.
Careful. Keep at it and you won't have much left. Something to pick your teeth with.
No, Ethan. Look at this. All good swords have a name. I call mine Two Brothers. I carved
Two
this
brothers.
to give me strength.
Qué guay.
And this,
Ah, qué guay.
so I remember.
Con
I
Roderick.
mean, I could never forget. But, you know, don't you?
You honor Roderick with this. He was a strong one.
He was.
Joder, tío, Roderick.
Yeah. Someday, I'll have a real one. But not like that one. Only a lord could have that sword.
You'll have a good sword. I'm sure of it.
I watched you today. I saw what you did to that man. Was he our enemy? A bad man? Everyone keeps talking about them.
No, he's not our enemy. But he did a bad thing.
Then I wish you'd hurt him. People who do bad things need to be punished.
Hombre,
Someone
no,
did something
tampoco
bad
tanto.
to Father and Roderick. Someone should hurt them even worse. I want a real sword. No one's afraid of wood. I'll find the men who took
Me quedan los
Roderick someday,
monstruos.
and I'll make sure I have a real sword when I do.
Bueno. Rayo. Está ahí tallando la espada de madera con el nombre de Roderick, ¿no? Y el suyo. No, ¿qué está ese Royland?
Sword up! Swing left! Parry! Wrong! I didn't know
Sir
dogs
Royland,
could hold
A
swords.
word?
Of course, my lord.
I have many decisions to make, and I wanted your advice.
No sé lo que decir.
What's the state of our defences? Are these men ready for what's coming?
This lot, ready? No, but they will be. We post anyone who can hold a spear along the parapet, up where they won't get much scrutiny, and put our meanest, nastiest looking brutes front and centre. That'll show Ramsay we're a force in our own right. You've got to project power, especially when you're weakened.
No, no le
Thank
voy a
you,
decir
Sir
nada. No le voy a
Royland.
decir nada.
I'll
¿sabes?
let you get back to training these men.
Thank you, my lord. And I'll be sure to watch out for more deserters. After today, I suspect there'll be more to come.
Dale el brazal. No, 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 no. ¿Qué dices? ¿Qué dices?
Ethan. Or should I say Lord Ethan?
Hello, Uncle Malcolm.
I saw what you did today. It's not an easy thing to do, showing mercy to a man who admits his guilt. But if you'll excuse me, my lord, I should finish packing before nightfall. I hope to be off tomorrow, at first light.
But where are you going?
Your mother asked me to cross the narrow sea to find your brother, Asher.
Asher?
She has asked me to return with him, to help the house.
She said nothing of this to me.
Because she fears you will not agree. I told her my place is here, that I'll be of no help to you in Essos. But she insisted. I will hold, of course, until you've spoken with her about this. Just try to be kind to her. She's been living a nightmare made real. But you know that just as well.
She's my mother. Of course I'll be gentle.
I know you will. You're good-hearted, my lord. That is your true strength.
But my mother's fears are not the only ones I face. My people are scared as well. I'm told I must choose a sentinel.
If I may be so bold, Sir Royland is the man for the job. He'd be a fine choice.
Why Sir Royland?
We are at war. You need a warrior by your side. Royland has the respect of his men and will bring strength and discipline to this house.
pero es que
Duncan
no.
would offer sage advice, but now is not the time to negotiate. Not with the likes of Ramsay Snow.
Thank you, Uncle.
Ethan, I need to talk to you.
Vale. Vamos, hermano.
Mother told me Mira has asked for Lady Marjorie's help.
Did she?
I knew we could rely on Mira. She
Hey.
always thinks of family above all else.
¡Ey! Ahí
Hopefully Lady
está.
Marjorie's influence will be enough. But right now I'm more concerned about you. I saw what you did to that man.
Eso se llama buen
Can't
karma.
afford any more mistakes. Everyone knows what happened with Lord Whitehill. Garrett being
Ya-
sent
ya
to
verás
the
qué
wall
bueno.
without my knowledge.
I know. And that wasn't your fault.
Well, I'm the Lord. It's my responsibility. The people want me to lead. They need me to, but...
What? Ethan, please. Tell me.
I wish Father were here.
We all do, but Father is gone. You are the lord of this house, which is why you must be strong.
You're just as capable as Asher or Roderick ever were. I know it. I only wish you did too.
You've always given me good advice. Thank you.
Vale. Me ha hablado de lo de Mida. Solo se llama la hermana. La de que ha hablado con Tyrion Lannister y Cersei. Y aquí está Duncan. Es que este es el que quiero, es que... De verdad, o sea...
Our provisions are rather low, my lord. I made the count again, just to be sure.
How bad is it? How long could we hold the house?
We couldn't withstand a siege, my lord. If the Boltons or the White Hills cut us off and wait us out, we'd only last a fortnight. But there are steps we can take. In the past, we've demanded food from the small folk to replenish our stores. We can do it again, if you'd like. We've done it before in desperate times. The last long winter, my family had to give all our pigs to the house.
If that's what's necessary to keep the house safe, then we must.
Aye, a hard choice, but it's what has to be done. I'll see to the arrangements, my lord.
Creo que ya llevamos más o menos media hora, a ver si podemos terminar.
Duncan.
Yes, my lord.
I have much to consider and face a difficult decision.
Perhaps I can help. Your father often sought my counsel.
As Lord, I must name a sentinel.
Of course. And if I may ask, who do you favor for the role? Perhaps I can share my insight. And talking can sometimes help you make a decision.
Would you want to be the sentinel?
More than you can imagine, my lord. With all due respect for Sir Royland, there's no one better suited to the role than me.
Thank you, Duncan. I appreciate your advice.
Es que Duncan me parece mejor, tío, no sé. Más sabio, sí, pero no sé. Toma.
Duncan, I've decided to name you as my sentinel. Congratulations.
Why, thank you, my lord. I'm honored. But are you sure?
Que si lo estoy, vamos.
Of course. I'm convinced you're the man for the job.
Then I accept. But first, you must summon the small council, my lord, to make it official.
Right.
Ah, coño.
I'll tell Maester or
Que no me
Tengen to do
con
it
esto,
at
¿sabes?
once.
Yo tengo aquí tendré que ir en plan, toma, ya lo eres. No. Con otro no voy a hablar, o sea, lo siento de verdad, pero Sir Royland... Está todo el rato gritando, por favor, no.
Maester?
Yes, Lord Ethan. I see you've spoken to a number of people. Are you prepared to name your sentinel?
What is it you're doing over
¿Qué
here?
opinas?
Admiring the ironwood, my lord. I studied it at the Citadel. The wood may be black, but I see gold. An entire forest of gold.
What do you mean?
It is our greatest asset, my lord. Why not give some of our ironwood to House Bolton and have them leave us be? We could ransom ourselves. You can hardly put a price on your own life.
¿Cuánto tenemos?
How much do we have to give, Maester?
From here to Wolfswood Creek and then across the next 2 ridges, it should be enough to satisfy Ramsay Snow, I imagine. Bloodlust can often be sated by gifts and gold. My lord,
Venga, estamos
are you now
listos.
ready to name your sentinel?
Sí, lo estoy.
Yes, Maester. I'm ready.
Very well. I will convene the small council at once.
A ver si terminamos ya el capítulo, que no creo que falte mucho. Llevo ya casi 40 minutos. Estoy a punto de hacer los 40 minutos. Así que quiero tratar de terminarlo si este queda un poquito más largo, ¿vale? Pero vamos. Que no creo que quede tanto, que toma muchísimas decisiones, o sea... Los juegos de tal, hay poquitas. Que creo que a veces varían, pero no sé. Mira, aquí está esto todo. Está claro. Está muy claro, o sea...
You may sit.
I believe Lord Ethan has reached his decision.
Before I name my sentinel, I must tell you. Duncan, Royland, this house needs you both.
But you can only choose one, my lord.
Let him be on with it.
Many thought either of you would make a fine sentinel, but I have made my decision.
Cerrar un poquito la persiana. Está claro.
Duncan Tuttle, you will be my sentinel.
Tuttle! This is reckless!
Lord Ethan has made his choice. I will not disappoint you, my lord.
Está
Now,
claro, o sea.
Sentinel, what do you have to report of Ramsay Snow?
Our scouts say he's only a day's ride from here, with no time to waste.
Who knows what he's capable of? We need to prepare for the worst.
There's no need to panic. We can devise a plan to deal with him.
The Boltons need our people to harvest the ironwood. Even the bastard Ramsay must understand that.
He's not coming here to negotiate. We must answer with the sword.
That's bloody suicide. You'd gamble with the lives of everyone within these walls. Ignore Sir Royland. You named me Sentinel. I knew this would happen. He cannot be trusted.
This is the bloody small council.
Enough! Would my father have stood for this kind of bickering? Neither will I.
Estando superioridad por ser centinela.
Sir Royland is clearly able and ready to take up arms, but the rest of our soldiers are not. We need to take a cunning approach. Diplomacy can be a sharper instrument than a sword.
The Bolton sigil is a flayed man. Force is the only thing they understand.
Gentlemen, please. Thank the gods Mira has asked Lady Marjorie for her help. It's not too late for the Crown to intervene on our behalf, but we must have a plan if Mira's efforts are not successful. I trust Mira's judgment. I don't doubt she did everything within her power to help us.
Mother, what do you recommend we do?
We must give him whatever he wants and be done with it. It's too dangerous to do otherwise.
Vale.
Why not make an offering for peace, my lord?
Yeah, the wisdom of the Citadel.
We can give the Boltons ironwood in exchange for their protection.
You must be mad. It's pure folly to just give away the only currency we have to bargain with.
Enough! Maester Ortengrin has swayed me. We will offer the Boltons a share of the ironwood, and we will promise our people to harvest it, thus securing their safety.
As Sentinel and Castellan, I must warn against this. You may do this for some gain now, but in the end, it will starve this house.
If we don't, there may be no House Forrester at all.
If you aren't ready for a fight, you're bound to lose when one breaks out.
Ahora más una pelea porque no estamos preparados. Está
Ethan
clarísimo.
has made his opinion known, and you will respect his decision.
Forgive us, my lord. We are, of course, here to serve you, as we served your father.
Aye.
Well then, let's decide how we shall set the stage for Ramsay's arrival.
We could offer him the ironwood in the courtyard.
My lord, making this kind of offer outright may simply embolden Ramsay. There could be trouble, and all the house will be there to see it. Meet him in the hall. It will be more private, and he will not have an audience to play against you.
Lord Ethan?
I will meet him in the Great Hall.
A wise move, my lord.
It's careless. Can't you see Tuttle is steering you wrong?
That's enough, Royland. Lord Ethan has given his command.
How many years have I served this house? I cannot listen to that bloody idiot anymore. Forgive me, my lord, but you are not ready to be lord of this house. You're likely to get us all killed.
Sit down at once.
Anda, respeto te voy a dar yo, Royland. No te quedes.
Apologies, my son. But now that it is settled, we know what we must do. You will meet Ramsay Snow in the Great
Creo que ya va
Hall.
a terminar, así
And we
que...
will offer the ironwood, providing a safe future for this house.
And don't worry, Lord Ethan. I will stand beside you, where your sentinel belongs.
Then perhaps we should adjourn. We have to prepare the house.
Vale. Sí, ya creo que se acerca el final, ¿eh? Voy a intentar ahora bajar la presión, que es que me está dando contraluz en la televisión.
My lord, you have named your sentinel, but you still seem conflicted. And no matter what, you can't be indecisive. Not if you want to help this house. Forgive me.
There will always be those who question your leadership, which is why you need allies you can rely on. Family. Mira has done everything she can in King's Landing, but there are others who can help us. What about your brother, Asher?
Malcolm told me. You want to bring him back.
He's a skilled fighter. But what's more, he has the will to fight. A hunger for it.
Ese, a ver quién es Asher.
He always protected you and your sister. And we need all the help we can get.
Yes, I hear what you're saying.
No sé qué decir aquí, la verdad.
Do you remember the miller's boy? How he tormented you? I wanted to intervene, but your father said Ethan must fight his own battles. But when Asher saw it, he didn't take a breath. He grabbed the miller's boy by the neck. That was his first instinct. Asher knocked out half the poor boy's teeth.
Madre mía, pero tú.
Of course, your father was furious, but you were in danger and there was nothing else Asher needed to know. Asher does not hesitate. He acts, and we need that.
Vale.
You have many fine qualities, but...
I'm not like that, but I don't need to be, do I?
No, but you need someone who is standing beside you.
Entonces, venga, que venga. Se va, ¿no? Pues ve, amigo, ve a por Asher.
I'm trying to do what's best for this family, what this family needs. Ethan, let me send Malcolm to Essos.
En caso de que falle la sabiduría y eso, a lo mejor es que
Malcolm will
venga,
go to Essos and bring Asher back.
Que venga y hala.
Thank you, Ethan. I'm glad you will let me do this. Know that you never stand alone. You are a forester. Mira stands with us, and she may be able to help us yet.
Muchas decisiones, se toman en este juego. Y he de decir que todas son complejas y que me parece que van a hacer daño en el futuro. En el futuro, me parece. Ah, pues ahora mismo estoy aquí en los aposentos. ¿Cuánto tiempo llevo? Llevo más o menos casi 40 minutitos, así que lo voy a ir dejando por aquí, ¿vale? Con caso, creo que he llegado a los 40 minutos seguramente. Así que si lo voy a ir dejando por aquí, lo haré en 4 capítulos y el siguiente ya será el final, ¿vale? De este primer capítulo. Así que bueno, espero que os haya gustado. Sabéis que hay disfrutéis más gracias si no estáis. Activar la cuenta para no perderos ningún notificación de mis vídeos y nos vemos en el próximo vídeo, Goncas. Adiós.